Welcome to Scrap Navigation. In this tutorial, I'm going to explain the various component parts of the system and how to navigate or find your way out when you are in the system. Prior to this video, was an introduction to Sukufu and Scrap overview. But in my next video, I'm going to talk about the modules in Scrap, so be on the lookout for it. Well, now categories of users. First of all, you should understand what the categories of users are. In other words, the grade. We have 1, the administrator, 2, accountant, 3, teacher, and then 4, students. The 5th one, you can probably call it anonymous. And so you should identify with one and know which one you fall into. If you are a student, your role will normally be to log in and access your results. If you are a teacher, you will be entering scores for the students. And if you are an accountant, your responsibility will be to prepare the bill for the students as well as other accounting activities. If you are an administrator, your role will be to log in into the system and assign user privileges to the other users of the system. Alright. Now this page you see here currently is called the landing page or the starting page, and it is the first page you see when you try to access the website. That is when you go to www.sukufu.com. At the moment I'm not connected to the internet, so it's showing a blank page. So let me run it from my local host. So this first page that you see when you visit the website www.sukufu.com is called the starting page or the landing page. Now the top bar that you see here, you find it on almost all the pages that you'll be visiting. There's the link to take you to the home page. There's a link to take you to the subscription page, a link to take you to the sign up page, and then other links found under the user profile. Okay, now this caption that you see here or inscription, you also find it on almost all the pages that you'll be visiting, and you must take a critical look at what it represents. It says institution is currently set to anonymous. That is, since no one is logged on to the system at the moment, the institution is showing anonymous. And then we have the company, which is the same as the institution. It's shown here as default. Then we have branch. If the institution has a lot of branch, then the branch into which you are logged in will show here as well. And then we have user. That's the user who is currently logged on to the system. And since no one is in the system at the moment, it's anonymous. And this other one represents the grade or the category of user of the user who is logged on at the moment, and it's also showing anonymous. Then we have year. It's telling us that we are in the 1999-2000 academic year, and this is term 3 or semester 3 if it's a college. Right. Now this is where you normally be logging into the system. You enter your user ID and then your password, then you click on login. If you have not already signed up, then you must do that from here before you go back and log in. This is the link to log out of the system when you are no more using the system. And this is a link to help you recover your password in case you forget your password. This is another link for you to help you to change your password for security reasons, and sometimes there are situations where someone knows your password, so you have to change it frequently from here. Right. Now there are so many other actions or links to pages that you'll be visiting, and you'll find most of them under the user profile. So I click on user profile, it gives me a list of links to various pages that you will be visiting. I have here change password, I have recover password. If you want to log out of the system, you can also click it from here. Then picture upload. In cases where the users forget to upload their picture during sign up, they can later on come here and upload their picture. And then I have here file upload. Sometimes when there is no internet connection, or when the power goes off and the teachers or the users still have to work, they can do their work in Excel or CSV file and come here and upload the information into the system later on. That is when they finally get internet access. Right, then we have here go to settings. This is where the administrator will normally be doing his administrative work. So you click on go to settings, takes to the settings page. Then I have here a list of the modules you can find in Scrap. So depending on which one you want to run, you just click on it and it takes you there. Right. Now, as an institution, the first prerequisite step that you have to go through to have full access to the system is to subscribe. So you go to subscription, and by subscription you provide details of the institution. So you have here subscription ID or the institution code. You enter the institution code here if there is any of such. But I'm going to create a generic institution, and I can enter generic here as the code, as the institution code. And then here will be the name of the institution, the actual name of the full name of the institution. So let me still enter generic there. Then I'll have to enter the location, the address, telephone, etc., etc. You look at where we have the red asterisk. It signifies that those fields are required fields. And you can't leave them blank and expect that when you submit the form it will go through. So let me try and submit the form and see what happens. It didn't go through. It's showing an error. Address is required, so I have to make sure that I fill in all the required fields before I submit the form. So let me do that again. Now on this field where we have module, this is where you actually specify the modules that the institution will likely be using. I have here the list of all the modules in Scrap. So depending on whichever one the institution will be using, you select and add. But if you want to use all, you select all and click on add, which shows up in the criteria box. Right, so once I finish filling out all the form, I can go ahead and submit it. Right, so I'm done with subscription. Now the next prerequisite step is sign up. So I have to sign up all the users in the institution. So I'm going to sign up 3 users from the institution. One is admin 1, the second one is admin 2, the third one is admin 3. I'm going to make when I finish, I'm going to make that admin 1 the administrator, and then make admin 2 the accountant, and make admin 3 the teacher. Right. Since they are all staff, I have to first check this box and then provide their name, first name, surname, etc., etc. So I have admin 1. The user ID is admin1, what they will be using to log in into the system. By default, the system has suggested an email for you. If you think it's okay and you want to maintain it, you can go ahead, but you can also change it if you don't want it. Password. Now this is where you select the institution that you are signing up to. So I'm signing up to the generic institution. Then here you provide an answer to the question, which you can use to retrieve your password later on if you forget your password. Now here I have auto ID. This is a system generated alphanumeric field, and it's a number that uniquely identifies each user of the system. It's the same as the applicant ID or the student ID or the index number or etc. etc. Now this auto ID is giving a little piece of information. It's showing that the current user is signing up to the generic institution in the 2013 academic year, and he is the first person, which is a 0001. That's the meaning of that auto-generated ID. Okay. Now enter your sex, male or female, birth date, nationality, marital status. So I continue to fill in the form. When I'm done, I can now go ahead and click on submit. Now anytime you submit a form, wait till you see the completed page, which sort of serves as a confirmation that what you submitted has actually taken place. So I click on OK, taking back to sign up. So I'm going to sign up the remaining 2 users, admin 2 and admin 3. So, and since they are all staff, I check this box, enter admin 2. Then the institution, I'm signing up to the generic institution, so I have to select generic. Now the auto ID for this person is now 0002, meaning that he's the second person signing up to this institution and in this academic year. But the format of this auto ID field can be changed by the administrator, and I'm going to show you how you can do that later on. Okay. So when you are done filling in the form, you just go ahead and click on submit and wait to see the completed page. Now I'm left with the last person, which is admin 3. He is also signing up to the generic institution, and he's the third person signing up. So after filling in the form, I can go ahead and submit. Right, so I'm done with signing up of all the 3 users of the system. So the next thing I'm going to do is to assign them user privileges. I'm going to make the admin 1 the administrator, admin 2 will be the accountant, and admin 3 will be the teacher. Alright, and like I said earlier on, when you try to log in the first time, automatically you'll be made the administrator. So let me simply go ahead and log in with the admin 1, and since he is the first person logging in, automatically the system will make him the administrator. Right, so log in successfully, and it's showing here administrator. Okay, and since he's the administrator, there's settings link for him where you'll be doing the administrative work. Now on the right side of the screen, you'll see the list of all the modules in Scrap, and so depending on which one you want to run, you can simply click on it and it will take you there. Now I have here users. Since I'm going to assign user privileges to the other users of the software, I can simply click on users here and then do that. Or I can also do that under user profile. Click on go to settings. It takes me to the settings page where the administrator will normally be working. And then I'll look for users under settings 1. These are links to other pages that the administrator will be working in later on. But for now, I'm looking for users, so let's go to users. Right. Now, most of the pages in Scrap that you'll be visiting has a page format similar to the one you are seeing at the moment. You have on the top right side, this is what we call the mode. It represents the mode of the page. And then at the top side we have the command buttons, and this serves as tools to help you to manipulate information back and forth within the system. Right. So let me simply change the mode of the page to update, and then modify the record. So I'll click on next till I get to the admin2 record and change his grade to accountant. And then under user type, I make sure that staff is selected instead of student. Then I click on submit. Right. So I'll do the same for admin3. Since I'm modifying an already existing record, I have to click on be in update mode and then navigate the record I want to update. I'm looking for admin3, not 2, so I click on next. It now shows the admin3. So I'm going down here and change the grade to teaching. And then under the user type, I make sure that Mr. Staff is selected instead of student before I click on submit. Right, so I'm done with assigning the user privileges to the other users of the system. Admin2 is now an accountant. Admin3 is now a teacher. Now when you load the page for the first time, the mode of that page is insert. It is in insert mode, or it is in being add mode. So whatever information you enter, when you try to submit, it's going to create a new record. It's going to create a new record. But if you want to delete an already existing record, you must click on be in delete mode. Then we have reverse, view, clear, approve, and set. You can also click on be in clear mode, which will actually clear the record from the system. What the delete does is it marks the record as deleted, but the record is still in the system. But if you want to entirely delete the record from the system, you must use the be in clear mode. Now the be in approved mode will normally be used during the accounting entries. So I'll explain that much more in detail when we go into modules. Right. Now here, the filter here means like sometimes you want to filter out some of the information, not all the information that you require. So you can enter a filter expression here, which will filter out and bring out only the information that you require. So I'll do that later on. Then I have your report. If you click on report, it will list all the users in the system currently for you. And you can see admin 1, admin 2, admin 3, admin 2, admin 3. So if I scroll to the right, you see a column called grade. Formerly they were anonymous, and I changed them to accountants and then teacher. So this is showing you a list of or a report of all the users in the system. Then you can also generate a report in PDF by clicking on this. Refresh is just like this refresh button. You can also export the information to Excel by clicking on export. And it will generate or export the information to Excel for you over here. And then we have here import. Sometimes you can work in Excel and then come here and import the information back into the system by clicking this button. We have audit info. This gives you who is logged on, who created the record, the date and time that the record was modified, etc. So it gives you an audit information. We have here detail. It gives you more details about the fields on the form. I will explain that later on when we go to the models section. Then there's also grade. So most of the pages that you'll be visiting in Scrap has a page format similar to this. So you should just understand what these command buttons are used for and what the meaning of being in a particular mode means. So that's it for now. So watch out for my next video, which I'm going to explain the modules in Scrap into detail. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day. Bye.